I tried my my oatmeal the first time and I forgot to put in the peanut butter. Well, I remembered to put in the peanut butter this time. It looks like a baby pooped in my oatmeal. Hopefully it tastes good. Good times. Back on trail. Had a very relaxing evening last night. And pretty relaxing morning. We've only got like 7.5 miles to get to VVR today. So weren't in a terrible rush to wake up. And I woke up around 6 this morning and the sun's already up. The sun comes up at like 5:30 here. But the sun was up and I was listening to the birds and the creek below us. It's just like, this is my happy place, man. I don't want to get up. So I sat there for a while. Finally, the call of nature made me get out. But just an absolutely exquisite morning. It feels like we're cheating a little bit going to VVR, but I think a shower and a bed and some good food could taste pretty darn good. So I'm not sorry, but good times. Very, very good times. So random thoughts from the trail. Joe got his trail name yesterday. Whenever it was, 2 days ago, we were sitting around dinner at Lake Virginia with Andy and Brittany, and we were talking about the parallels between this trek and like Lord of the Rings, like Frodo and Sam making their trek to Mount Doom. And Joe said he claimed Frodo and that I was Sam because I ate more, which, by the way, was a huge setup by Smeagol.
He took it. He must have.
Smeagol? No, not poor Smeagol.
Sam didn't actually eat all that bread. But anyways, so...
I digress.
But I digress. So the question was...
Alright, well, which one of the Fellowship are you if you're not a Hobbit?
Oh, I'm Aragorn, son of Arathorn.
We couldn't call him Aragorn. And so, the conversation...
Actually, Aragorn, son of Arathorn.
Say that 10 times fast.
Is the proper name.
Anyways, that's a lot for a trail name. Aragorn, son of Arathorn. We saw Andy and Brittany again yesterday at camp. And Andy comes right up and he's like, Strider. Since he couldn't be Aragorn, Joe is Strider, which is a very good hiking name. And speak of the devil, look who it is. Another little fun fact we learned from Andy last night. We were talking about sequoia trees out here. The way the sequoia trees survive, because they can live to be 1,500 years old. And there were some on the trail yesterday that Andy estimated were 600 to 700 years old, and he called them juveniles. Just thought it was pretty cool that a 700-year-old tree was still a juvenile sequoia. The way that they last so long around here is their bark is stringy, and so that protects them against forest fires. He said the way their roots work, they have a very shallow root system, and so as they grow, the tree itself will be short and fat as the root system establishes itself, and then once it's established, it'll go up. So when you see the big sequoia trees, those are the ones that are 1,000 years old. So it's just very cool to think about this forest being that old. Just an absolutely exquisite morning to be on the trail. Good times. Made it to Edison Lake. I see now why the VVR ferry is not running this year. They've had a very, very low snow year. There's just not enough water for the boat to even float here. But you can see where the lake should be, at least. The views are still there. Very beautiful. So we got about 4 miles and some change to VVR. Bummed that the ferry's not running, because it would have been nice to just hop on the boat and ride. Still good times. Well, we're making our way over the north end, or the north bank of the lake, and going through a whole bunch of fire damage from last year's fire that threw a wrench in a whole bunch of people's plans. Very humbling. And it's still fresh because you can actually still smell the embers. Or some trees are completely gone, and you can see others, like what we're walking through right now, are just scarred. It'll come back healthy, I'm sure. Just about on the downhill stretch for today. The VVR is gonna feel pretty good. Pretty good. Almost there. Good times. All right, all right, all right. Made it to VVR. Chillaxing time.
Yeah, baby.
It's good.
You gotta wash that. You gotta wash that down with some hazy IPA too. Yeah. Oh, like a champ.
It's good.
All right, here's our digs at VVR. Room numero uno. Let's check it out. Oh, snap! We're in the wilderness too, by the way. This is
Baby.
this will do, James. This will do.
Sweet.
This is this is Edison Lake. You never really appreciate when they say low water until you get out here. I mean, there's no lake. So I see why the water taxi was not working. Over there in that little valley, is where we came from. I think ideally, this is where the water sports would happen. This is still beautiful. We're going to zero here tomorrow, but Sunday we're hiking out and then going back up towards those peaks. So we've still got plenty of hiking in front of us, but we're going to relax for now. So, time for some good times.
They section hiked the AT in 2 summers when they were 5 and 6.
Suck it down.
Yeah. Word. Look, I'm getting home. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Fish tacos this time. So apparently it's a thing to leave your mark here on the logs. And quite frankly, I'm a little disappointed in our output. I think hindsight's 2020. We probably should have found a bigger log.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. But this is what we got going on. It looks like somebody sneezed black marker onto a log. But I tried to recreate the Side Trail Adventures logo, and it was an abysmal fail. So I'll try to interpret here, translate. So there's Side Trail Adventures, and in here was here's the main trail, and then the side trail going off. That's supposed to say JMT 21. Joe thought that our trail names should go on there. So Downwind and Strider. So we're gonna be the only ones that know what this says.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters, I suppose. But oh well, good times. So we have been watching them cook some barbecue in pit all day. They were building the fire and getting the coals ready when we were eating breakfast this morning. So definitely looking forward to some tri-tip barbecue tonight. Good times. Thank you. I don't even know where to start.
I gotta start at the top. Work your way down.
Back on trail. Leaving VVR. And VVR was very, very good to us. They make it extremely easy to spend money. Lots and lots of good food. Lots and lots of good beverages. Nice comfy bed. And some hot showers. Worth every penny. So, we're easing out now. Got a relatively good day ahead of us. About 14 miles and some change. We got about 5-ish, probably closer to 6 or 7 actually, to get back out to the JMT. We're going to take Bear Ridge Trail, and that'll take us back out to the JMT on the south side of Edison Lake. And then we'll be back on the JMT for another handful of miles, and then we're looking to go to Muir Lake. Yeah, Muir Lake I think is where we're going. And then tomorrow over Selden Pass, and then into Muir Trail Ranch, or MTR, for our second resupply. So let's get out there. Good times. All right, other side of the dam. So there is actually water in the lake, but way over there is VVR. I don't know if you can pick out that truck out there sitting at the shoreline. That kind of gives you some idea of the scale. It's a ways over there. I guess we should get to hiking. Good times. Bear Ridge Trail. I knew we were going to be burning our pancakes off this morning. I didn't realize it'd be in the first hour. Whew. Good times. That was one of those climbs that it just was not going to get filmed. We've been going for a little under an hour and a half, and different devices telling us different things as far as mileage, but roughly 3.5 miles. And we've come up 2,000 feet since VVR. It's at roughly 7,700, and we're at 9,700 feet right now. So it's been a rough morning. The trail, either VVR made us soft, which probably did, or this section of trail is just kicking our tails. But we made it up onto the ridge line now. We've still got some climbing to do. The trail is, the JMT is, when we meet back up with it, is going to be just under 10,000 feet, so still good times. Okay, back on the John Muir Trail. Not the easiest hiking we've done so far. 8.2 miles is what the sign said, and we came up about 2,300 feet in elevation and did it in about 2.5 hours. So, been hoofing it. For the first time since last Sunday, we've got some overcast skies, which has definitely helped keep the temperatures down, which is most welcome. A challenging day for sure, but I think we're gonna head down, get some water, and then ease on. Good times. All right, so a little bit of trail magic just happened. And it's very important. It shows you why it's very important to pay attention to your gear. So Joe, what just happened?
Well, I was going across a bridge and I didn't know it at the time, but it stuck and grabbed my pull tip.
What do we actually call those?
These are Swedish tips.
Swedish tips.
Yes.
I don't know if Lecky's actually a Swedish company, but we call them Swedish
And
tips.
it sounds insignificant, but this is very rocky up here. So when you're going along, this happens when you're going on rocks without a Swedish tip. So I immediately noticed that my tip was gone, which is devastating.
That's not
I'm like,
good.
I think I would have noticed that. So I'm like, I'm just going to go back and look. And sure enough,
Well, slide that baby back on.
I'm going to put my tip back on.
Gently
where it
now,
belongs.
gently.
Oh no, it's going on
Oh.
hard. It's going on hard, baby. Take it! That's right. Now we're good to go.
Ready for some more miles. Good times. My East Coast paddling family. We got a little beta for you. This is Bear Creek. It looks like the level's a little low right now, so you might want a little more water. But it looks like if you enter the channel right up here, shoot down, there's a rock right in the middle of the channel that you're gonna have to go one way or the other. The key for this one though is right here. This drop, you gotta have a left boot stroke or you're gonna hit that rock right in the middle. The left boot stroke right before you go over. Piece of cake. Good times. All right, Side Trail Adventures Paddling Edition. I believe it's considered Bear Creek Falls. Runnable only if you hate yourself and your kayak. You could probably squeeze through there, it'd just be a bumpy ride. Very bumpy. The weather's been kind of drizzling here and there, so we threw on a rain gear, which was 100% that it's not going to rain anymore. But the bugs are eating us alive right now, so we'll probably just keep moving. But good times. Fun fact to help give some perspective on how far we've come and how far up we've come. Yesterday at VVR, I was taking some video over the lake bed and I was pointing up at some peaks, and it's Mount Hooper, which is right there, and it's 12,349 feet, and it looks a lot closer today than it did yesterday. But we're hovering at around just above 10,000 feet and are in the home stretch to Marie Lake. And quite frankly, I'm ready to be done. It's been a very long day. Good day, but a ton of climbing. We came up from VVR, then went down a little bit to Bear Creek, and then we've been coming back up. It's about another 1,000 feet to where we are now. Up and down and up and down. Still good times. I was starting to think Marie Lake didn't exist, but it does. We made it. So now it's just a matter of finding a spot to set up the tents. We shall see. Good times. All right, found home for the night, but not a whole lot of time to spare because there's some weather rolling in. So we're gonna throw up the tents real quick and think sunny thoughts. Good times. I think if the mileage maps are telling the truth, we did 16 and a half miles today. About as long as any day I would want. It was not an easy 16 and a half miles, so I was moving pretty slow at the end. Got camp set up. Joe's up there. You can't really see mine, but there's a little ridge line up there that we're set up on. Marie Lake does not disappoint. Not taking a dip though. We're above 10,000 feet, and I'm wearing my puffy coat underneath my rain jacket, so it's a little on the chilly side. But just about dinner time, and I think it will be bedtime soon after that for me, because I am beat. We'll see you in the morning. Good times. Problem is, this spaghetti would not work for Lady and the Tramp because each spaghetti noodle is like a millimeter long.
So it's basically risotto.
Right. On trail, not the earliest it starts, about 7:45, but we don't have too many miles to put in the books today. It's just under 9 to Muir Trail Ranch, but we've got a resupply bucket to pick up there, so got to allocate a little bit of time for that. The vibe I get from the forums is that MTR is the least friendly resupply, or the least hiker friendly resupply point. We'll see, but it was an absolutely exquisite morning to wake up to this morning. Very good times. Not bad for getting our first pass done, the first 25 minutes of the day. It's only about a 300-foot ascent from where we camped last night, so nothing too complicated. But we have a 3,000-foot descent to get to Muir Trail Ranch. So my knees are pretty excited about that, I'm not gonna lie. Still a glorious morning. Good times. Down we go. Got about another 2 miles and some change to MTR. Man, we have the downhill's just been relentless. But it's been trying to rain on us, and had a big dark cloud come through and started dumping a little bit. So we threw on all our rain gear, and then like 90 seconds later, rain's gone. Figures, right? But been coming down into this valley. It's just been one postcard view after another. It's beautiful. Good time. Back on the trail, made it to Muir Trail Ranch a little before lunch, and I guess we've just gotten spoiled. You know, Reds was awesome, BVR was awesome, and MTR was just a little more Spartan. But just trying to find the silver lining. It is the perfect place for a resupply, which is what we got. So we're all stocked up for the next 6 days, and definitely feeling the extra weight. Joe and I've been spoiled carrying around practically empty bear canisters. So MTR's got a place to charge your electronics and They've got a limited hiker box. I picked up a half-spent can of fuel, which should hold me till Independence. And we were hoping for some cell service, just because I wanted to make a phone call home, but that's not going to happen, unfortunately. Repacked our canisters, ate some lunch, and got back on trail. So, not the hiker-friendly places like VVR and Reds. We're gonna keep pressing on to Piute Canyon, I think is what it's called, Piute Place, something like that. But it's about 2.5–3 miles down trail, and I think that's where we're gonna hang our hats for the night. It was quite the Tetris puzzle trying to pack my bear canister. Truth be told, all my food doesn't fit. Some of my snacks and breakfast for tomorrow morning did not fit, so I'm gonna figure something out. Because I'm not as worried about the bears, but man, the freaking rodents around here are ruthless. So that's who I'm more concerned about. So we'll see. But a few more miles and we'll be done for the day. Good times. So I figured out how to make it rain. First, say it's not gonna rain. My brain's fried. But it kind of sprinkled on us a little bit this morning. We've got maybe about 2 miles to camp, maybe a little less than that. But we're walking straight into a big gray cloud. So I don't think we're gonna get out of that one. It looks like a legit storm. So we stopped and threw all the stuff on, and I guess here we go. Good times. All right, well, in true Side Trail Adventures fashion, threw on all the rain gear and it never rained on us. But that still doesn't mean it won't. It's still pretty ominous. But found a little campsite tucked back up in here, just crossed the border into Kings Canyon National Park. It's our second national park of the trip. And this is time to set up camp before the rain comes. Good times.
I'm excited for the next 6 days because we're going to see some serious elevation.
Homeboy's spinning his tires, dragging whatever this is. Cannot get over this hill. Get it, get it, get it. Ah, I got it. Whew. Well done, sir, well done.
Success.
Nailed it. Hey, you need some help with that?